Hey everybody, I didn't think I was going to make a video, to be completely honest with you, this morning, but something that Trump did this morning completely blew me away. And this could blow up the future of remote work. So I wanted to talk about it. So Trump's team just sent out millions of federal employees an email with the subject line, "A fork in the road." And they essentially have 8 days to decide, should you basically quit your job, take a buyout, which I think lasts until September, or risk getting fired later on. So essentially saying, we don't know whether or not your job is guaranteed or not, and take this buyout now, or maybe possibly get fired. And guess who they're targeting first? It is by far remote workers. And let me just kind of reinforce that, let that sink in. They're literally paying people to leave specifically because they work flexibly. And why are they doing that? Well, because when you're not chained to a desk, you're harder to fundamentally control, at least in my opinion. And you can live where you want, you can work where you want. This is what we've been talking about at Running Remote for 8 years. And God forbid actually have a life outside of the 9-to-5 grind, which I think net actually makes you a more productive worker. And studies have shown that time and time again. That fundamentally terrifies me. But here's the thing. I think that we're at a point now where everyone knows that remote work just works. Most of the academics know it, but this has become a political issue, which is just so incredibly frustrating. And people get more done, they save money, and they stick around longer when they're treated like essentially adults and they're allowed to be able to work remotely. So why are we having this type of impact? It's not about productivity, it's about politics and it's about power. And they want you back in a cubicle where they can basically manage your movements directly as opposed to you doing your own thing. I think this is geared directly by the commercial real estate industry. I think this is geared directly by Elon Musk. And it's just really frustrating. And I think that this is quite possibly the end of remote work as we knew it from like 2021 to 2024. I think remote work is going to go back to like 2018, 2019, where it was so much fun. And we had a whole bunch of people that were just working remotely and kind of just doing whatever they wanted. But right now, it just really sucks. And I'm very frustrated. And I'm realizing that this is quite literally the moment where we're going to see an inflection point of remote work go from essentially stable over the last 2.5 years to a major drop, which is quite depressing. I don't know what to do here, to be completely honest with you. I think this is something that I have to figure out where the next step forward is. Maybe we just go back to, as I said before, with the Running Remote community. We had, a fantastic community of thousands of founders all over the world that were building remote companies, and we really loved that. And I miss those days, to be honest with you. They were awesome. But now we're just in a situation where I think we're going to have a future of remote work that's going to look very different, essentially. And I didn't think that was going to happen 3 months ago, and now it is. So what do I think is going to happen next? I think there are 3 major scenarios. Number one, you could see mass walkouts. So even 10%, take the buyout. You want to be able to say goodbye to timely passports, disaster relief, Social Security. I think it's going to be fundamentally chaos, to be completely honest with you, because they are literally telling everyone, take a buyout or leave, right? And I don't think that Elon Musk or Trump understand the difference between the private sector and the public sector. They're two different animals. This comes from a private sector guy that understands a capitalist that is really excited about making as much money as humanly possible. Government doesn't work that way. It works differently. Second is there could be a political disaster. So, Trump says he's going to save $100 billion. from government workers quitting. And that's fundamentally not going to matter when grandma can't get her Meals on Wheels delivered. It's going to be very, very bad if, as I said, 10, 20% of the workforce basically quits. And number three, I think it might create a domino effect. So your CEO of your company may actually copy this playbook. Quit now or we'll make your life absolutely miserable until you can. And I think that those are three really negative perspectives to have. I thought about this all this morning when I saw that the news broke about that email. And who just sends an email to 2 million employees like that? I mean, it's ballsy. You got to give it to them. It's very, very ballsy, but it is something that I think will have ramifications that we're not even understanding at this point. I'd love to know what you think. Let me know down below. Again, I didn't want to kind of make one of my regular kind of quick edit videos. I wanted to make something that was straight up and direct to you. Because I'm honestly scared about what's happening towards remote work, something that I have been very passionate about and loved for almost 20 years is now being dismantled by politics as opposed to hard science. And that scares me. And that's it. Thanks.